Today, I want to talk about professional salesmanship and I want to talk about confidence. Recently, I purchased a new vehicle and I'm assuming that the person who sold me the vehicle is not going to watch this video. Hopefully not. If so, you were great. You're going to learn. You're going to become awesome. But my experience buying this vehicle from this I really am struggling to say salesperson, from this individual who was put in a sales position, regardless of skill. It was really embarrassing, to be honest. And it just made me think about sales in general once again and made me understand, this person, again, it was like her second day or something on the job. And so, no, I understand. I'm not expecting a, total professional here and new to sales and all that stuff. So not a personal attack in any way against her, but the experience that I had just reminded me how important it is whether you're selling merchant services or point of sale systems to have this innate confidence that allows you to communicate with prospects in a certain way. And it also reminded me that there's so many variables where, a lot of times I'll talk to salespeople and I'm like, wow, you could be selling so much more. Why aren't you selling more? And the piece that I don't get talking to you over the phone is the way that you're interacting with the merchant. So let me give you a couple of tips that I think will help you to sound more confident and to be more confident and to sound more professional, okay? Number one on my list, this is a big one, okay? If you do not know what you're talking about, learn what you're supposed to be talking about. I honestly struggle. I don't understand. Like, okay, if you're selling merchant services and you do not know what a monthly fee is, if you don't know what interchange is, if you don't know what issuing banks are, if you don't know what processors are, if you don't know what terminals are, like, learn this stuff. I don't understand. Like, go to the All Access Pass. I'll give it to you free for 14 days. Like, I don't care. Watch my YouTube videos for free. I mean, seriously, stop giving our industry a bad reputation. If you have no idea what you're talking about, would you please stop talking to merchants and figure out what you're talking about? I don't really understand not doing that. Trying to prospect, it's like, and I think even ISO managers sometimes feed into this delusion that, like, I just got to get them out there prospecting, get them out there prospecting, get them out there prospecting. Well, yeah, but if they have no idea what they're talking about and they feel like an idiot because they are in this particular area, then they're not going to be confident. And people who are not confident have a really hard time taking action and selling. And then they also have a really hard time closing sales because guess what? Nobody wants to buy from an idiot. Hello, is this really that difficult to understand? So please know what you're talking about when you go out and sell, okay? Now, if you have done your research and the merchant, the prospect asks you a question you do not know the answer to, which is going to happen. It still happens to me, right? When that happens, please be professional. Do not say something to them like, well, you know what? I've never even heard of that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to have to talk to my manager about that one. It's like, okay, goober, thank you. No, let's back up for a second and let's sound professional and say, Susan, what a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. I've done a little bit of research on this, but not enough to give you the right answer. So I'm going to do a little bit more research before I answer that one. What other questions do you have? Do you see how that that's like their confidence is there? Now, I may have no idea what they're talking about. That's okay. I can write it down. I can look later. Either way, you have to go behind the scenes to do the research. You don't have to look like an idiot in front of the merchant in order to accomplish that. And I think there's this fine line between transparency and lunacy. It's like, yes, I'm like the most transparent salesperson you'll see. I'm very honest, integrity, transparent, all those things. But when a merchant asks me a question, I don't make it seem like I have no idea what on earth is going on. I might say something like, you know what? I need to look into that a little bit more before I answer your question. What a great question. Thanks for asking that. What other questions do you have? And then let's circle back to that one. You can say something like that that's confident, and that's going to make people like you and trust you more and want to talk with you. So, again, this is my general rant. I always have to rant whenever I interact with a salesperson who is, let's say, less than skillful in the art of sales. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it. So, when that happens, it always just infuriates me a little bit because it's like I'm in sales and, it's like, do you not realize how much money you could make if you got good at sales? Like, hello. So my thing is this, okay? Make sure you have some idea what you're talking about. Even if you're new to the industry, there's really no excuse. I'll be honest. When I got in the industry, there was an excuse. You know what the excuse was? I didn't have me, okay? I didn't have videos I could watch. I didn't have the all access pass. I didn't have 400 free YouTube videos. I didn't have a free blog. I didn't have all of these resources that you have. And again, there's other free, I'm not saying I'm the only one. I realize you have Green Sheet and Transaction Magazine and all these things. There's all these resources out there. And so there's no excuse today. If you don't know what you're talking about, stop selling merchant services until, again, I'm not saying you need to learn everything there is to know before you venture out. I'm not talking about paralysis here, okay? I get it. You do want to take action, and I'm a big proponent of that. But I do think that you could take a few hours to learn the basic terminology, how the industry works, what a processing statement is, what an issuing bank is, what interchange is. I think you need to understand the basics of it, no matter what kind of credit card processing you're selling. But that's just my opinion because I'm a professional salesperson and I like to make a lot of money. If you do as well, I would take that advice and become a real professional that understands what they're talking about. And when you don't know the answer to something, don't make it sound like you're a complete idiot. Instead, be professional. Let them know you need to do more research before you answer the question, but you don't need to go any further than that, taking your transparency all the way to the point of making it seem like you're inexperienced and have no idea what you're talking about. Hopefully you agree. If you disagree, that's okay. I still accept your opinion, and that's fine. But my opinion is sales is a profession, and so I like to be a professional. Hey, everybody. Hope you have an awesome rest of your week.